Good afternoon and welcome to our Facebook Live this afternoon. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the United Kingdom in the small market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and it's most well known for Silverstone Circuit, racing circuit, which is just up the road from here. So thank you for joining me this afternoon. We've been using this sweet ice cream stamp set all week, and we've done lots of different things with it, and today I've got something completely different for you. One is for a change, an original idea that I had. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. And the other is an idea cased from another demonstrator. I'm desperately trying to find out who I saw do this, or a version of this. So when I have found that, I will post that. So hi to Carol and hi to Tracy. So let me recap very quickly on what we did this week in case you haven't seen all of the elements, because I know I didn't have the cards to hand. I think it was either yesterday or Wednesday. It must have been yesterday. So we had some straightforward stamping on Monday with the lolly portion of this and the lolly stick. And we did the cornet version of that, and I've decorated the envelope up with the spots and things. Then we did some casing of the catalogue on Tuesday, and that was this card and this card here. Oh, hi Christine. So just using some of the designer papers, being very daring for me and doing it at a jaunty angle. To remember to bring this down. I keep forgetting you're looking straight down on it and I'm looking across at it. And then this one here, so this was done with the ice cream, with the punch obviously, and the punch does this triangle here and the ice cream scoop, and these were actually punched from the matching from the ice cream papers themselves, and this is some of the backing paper. So this says "You're so cool." And then on Wednesday I did the shaker card, which is this one here. So again, featuring the papers behind, I fussy cut the ice creams from the paper in this case, and then I've added some gems behind the window sheet. So a really fun shaker card. That was Wednesday. And then yesterday, using the punch to create, dare I say it, some Christmas cards. These were based on an idea by Lynn Fay, and she did something similar with a previous ice cream set that we have, and that had dies rather than punches. But just think it's a great idea to be able to make a really quick Christmas card. And this has got silver, it's got our white, frosty white card, and also our blue glimmer card. And then this is a green version using our 3 different shades of green in our Regals pack. Thank you, Christine. Glad you like the shakers card. So yeah, they're all just really different, aren't they? So this has got the dots on, as I say, and then this one has got that with the dots and the sprinkles on the envelope. So I've got 3 different ideas today, just to round up the use of our sweet ice cream and our matching punch. Now I wonder who's going to work out what I'm doing. I pre-printed that just so I had it to hand, and I'm going to be using a crushed curry base with a layer of Cajun craze and then a white layer. And I'm going to create a square card, and I'm going to be using this triangle stamp on the square card. Oh, thank you, Christine. So any guesses at all as to what I might be making? I'm going to be using So Saffron and cinnamon cider for the main components, and I will be adding a little bit of cherry cobbler. Okay, so any ideas yet? So this is this could be a mail card, but not necessarily, Tracy. Okay, so bunting, not on this card, but I will be using bunting on my next card, which is what these are here for. So let's get started and see who's going to be the first to spot what I'm doing. Now, I'm actually going to stamp this twice, just because I want you to be able to see how it's made up. But if I was doing this, I'd probably just stamp it once, and you'll see why. So I'm going to ink up my triangle with So Saffron. Very good, Christine. Christine says cherry cobbler with custard. That is brilliant. Very inspired. So I did say yesterday this looked like a piece of cheese, but you'll see what else this is going to make, and I think it will become very apparent fairly quickly. I haven't really worked out the spacing, but we're just going to give this a go. Whoops, I didn't mean to flick that round quite like that. I think the shape might give this away sooner rather than later. Butterfingers, yeah, Tracy's right, it's going to be pizza, and I've just dropped that on there. Hello, Lynn. So let me start again on the other side. I don't really need quite such a big block as this, but hey ho. Okay, let me know if this isn't in view for any reason. It should be okay. So this would be great fun for a children's party or an adult party. It could be men, women, children. Okay. Now what I want to do is actually have one piece that is separated from the others. So I haven't done a brilliant bit of spacing on here, but hey ho, you'll get the idea. So what I'm going to do now is add the crust. I'm going to do the crust in cinnamon cider. You could use soft suede, you could any of the light browns really, and all I'm going to do is just dip the tip of that pizza slice. So if I now stamp it, can you see I've just got the edge? So what I'm going to do is just do that on each one. Like so. I'm just going to wipe that off. Oh bless. Yes, I think there are things like that if children do turn them down, it's a bit of an indicator, isn't it? It's like if I don't drink coffee, I know there's something wrong with me. Or if I refuse chocolate, equally. So I'm just working my way around with this. So this is supposed to look like the pizza crust. Hopefully it does. Ah, well, I don't know whether it is a stuffed crust. I don't think it is. It's probably not big enough, is it? And you can't see the cheese either, can you? Okay, so I'm going to work my way around. Now, when I said I would do this probably in one go, what I could do is ink this up in So Saffron and then tap it in there and then ink both together. But if I'm not, which is fine if you're concentrating, but if you're not concentrating, it's very easy to forget to clean the stamp in between, and then you end up putting yeah, doesn't happen very often, Christine, putting cinnamon cider back onto your So Saffron, which I don't really want to do. Okay, so I'll work my way around with those. Okay. Now what I might do is a separate piece and punch it out and put it on dimensional. So I'm just going to do that separately. I haven't decided if I will or not. Let's just pop one on there. Well, I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to use that again in a minute. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often that I refuse chocolate, Christine. I'm a bit of a chocoholic, I'm afraid. Okay, so this one I'm just going to do like so. Okay, so there's my spare pizza slice if I need it. Okay, so now I need to add a bit of detail to my pizza. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the little spotty stamp here, this one here, and I'm not going to ink up the whole thing, because if you look at this slice, okay, if I ink up the whole thing, it will cover the whole slice and go over the edge. Oh, it could be a cheesecake. Yes, I'm liking that idea. So all I'm going to do is ink up about half of this. If I stamp this down, can you see I've got about half? And the idea is it's going to look like that's the bits that are, you know, where it's got all bubbly and nice and crusty. So let me just take that. I've got a little extra sat in there somewhere. I don't want that. Oh, hi Jeanette. So you haven't missed much. I'm just making a pizza out of our ice cream stamp set. So here are the dotty bits going in. I've got hair on there, I can see. Like so. Little bit at the top that's carrying over, but I'm sure it'll be all right. So I hope you can see that pizza coming together. There we go. And then this one here. Okay, so we've got the dots and bits there. And then I'm going to add some chili. And that's where the cherry cobbler comes in, because the cherry cobbler's alternate colour name in German is chili. So what I'm going to do is do the same sort of thing, just swap this with this one. So here is my little, what would be sprinkles, and I'm going to turn this into little pieces of chili. So just going to stamp that down, so if you can see that, hopefully it'll look like chili or pepperoni or something. Right, just going to get literally those edge pieces, that's all I want. So if you wanted to be more accurate with this, what you could do is use your Stampin' Write marker pen onto your stamp. It's not as effective on photopolymer stamps, but you'll get a similar idea. You can see my little bits of pepperoni going on there. Oh, banoffee pie. Oh, that's one of my favourites. I love banoffee pie, Christine. There we go. Oh right, oh well, I like chili. And obviously you could add as many toppings as you like to your pizza. So you could add some, using that dot, add some green for some green pepper or jalapenos or something. Jeanette says she'd rather have ice cream. Yeah, I'm with you there, actually. There we go. Let's pop a little bit of pepper on here. So really you can do, I'm going to punch this one out. There we go. So you could add other toppings and the like, and if I'd done it better I would have done it a little bit more central, but let's cut out this pizza slice here. So I'm just going to pop it into here. So line it up in the punch. Like so. And in fact what you could do, you can have all of these punched out if you want to do, so just stamp a line of them, then you wouldn't have to worry about going on, you know, going on the outside or something. But my thought was this was to have my crushed curry base and my Cajun cray, so I could change that for cinnamon cider with this here. Let's have this like that, and then this piece sort of on 3D, and I had in mind this for the middle, birthday wishes, and then pizza sitting out on the top. What do you think? Like so. Might look a bit better like that, mightn't it? Okay. Four Seasons pizza. Oh yes, that's the one with sort of like 4 different toppings, isn't it? So let me pop this onto that layer. So this is one idea, and then there's 2 more ideas in the next one, which if you joined me at the weekend, so Christine will have seen some of the next one, part of the design anyway, then you'll see that. So not a perfect pizza. Pizza bottom right, yes, that was sort of what I had in mind. Thank you, Lynn. So I'm just using seal to place this down onto my card, and I think I ought to put a slice of pizza on the inside as well. Okay, so, oh yes, and I've thought of something else I'm going to add. That's right. So let me see if it's, I know it's on my desk because I put it ready. So bear with me 1 second. And that is some sequins that look like pepperoni. Okay. They're not very far away because I remember putting them here, thinking that's a good idea, that makes good pepperoni. And it's the little sequins. See if I can find them now. I shall kick myself if I can't. There they are. So here, oh, let me get my screenshot back. Sorry everybody, I've lost you. So I thought these looked a bit like slices of pepperoni. It's best not to do this sort of card making if you're feeling hungry, I think. What do you reckon? So birthday wishes came from Well Said, in case you're wondering where that came from. Okay, hi Heather. So what I'm thinking is these are going to be my little bits of pepperoni. I bet you've never heard sequins being described as pepperoni before. It all happens here, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to put minus the cat hair, if I can. I might have to come back to that one. Christine is, oh, salami, yes, pepperoni salami, yep, good one. So I'm going to put a piece on each one. Some might be lucky to have 2. Who's feeling peckish now? I wonder. Okay. And there. Let's put a bit on my open slice. You're going to put 2 on that one, and I'm going to put 1 on here. There we go. Oh, that was close. I'd forgotten that I was putting that on there because I was going to put some of those further in. So there we go. What do we think? Does that look quite pizza-like now? so I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Here. Oops. You'll be pleased to hear there's no food in the next one, so you can give your tummy a chance to calm down. There we go. So I've got birthday wishes in the middle. As I say, I didn't start that in the middle. Oh, so I've really got to put that like so, haven't I? Let's see how we go. So I just put the dimension at this bottom end here. Of course, you could take a chunk out of that with the edge of the other punch piece to make it look like it's been eaten. There we go. There we are. What do you think? That looks sort of like a pizza. Obviously this is not really rounded, but I just think it's a bit of fun. So there we go, and I will just quickly, for anybody who didn't see how the pizza was made, stamp one for the inside. Actually I have got a piece here I can stamp it straight onto. It's just a tiny hair flipping around here. Right, so all I did was ink this up on So Saffron, and then if you're brave, thanks Lynn, dip it straight onto cinnamon cider for your crust. How shall I put this on the inside? Don't really think about that, did I? I'm going to do it like that. Like so. And then we just use elements of the sprinkles and the little spots to add the detail. So I'm just going to put literally half the dots in the ink. Hopefully I've only got half of them there. Okay. And then this one is cherry cobbler for the bits of chili. You could also use a pen or something if you wanted for that. And I think I have one sequin left for that piece. Oh, there's one here that I used earlier, isn't it? Sorry, get my big finger stuck in there. There we go. So that will go on the inside with a little fun message. There we go. Yes, the only scallop punch we have now that's not retired is the oval one, but I was thinking you could, although this bit here is a bit big, but you could use a little bit of that there to create a chunk, couldn't you? Okay, so that is card number 1, our pizza card, slice of pizza. And the second one, I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I am going to use espresso for this one, and we're going to do a little bit of masking. And what I'm going to create is a fence using this little stamp here. When I first saw this stamp, and I'm not usually one for seeing things. Oh, thanks, Jeanette. But the first thing I saw when I saw that stamped was that would make a great fence. And the triangle punch obviously makes great pennants for banners. So what I'm going to do is a fence across here, and then banners across the top to make it look a bit like a fete or somebody's, you know, a garden party, if only. So what I'm going to do is stamp the bar of the fence going across first, and then I'm going to do the upright slats. So I'm going to use this one here, and I'm also going to use this tiny little one. So let me show you. So I'm going to stamp this as my vertical, like so. So you can see how that's going to go. And then tucked in underneath those will be these pieces here to make it look like wood. And these are all from Sweet Ice Cream stamp set. Okay, they're all part of this here and this one here. The other thing you could do with the pizza slice is use this as well if you wanted to. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is do my cross pieces first, and then I'm going to mask those to do the upright. So this is a little bit more complex. I'm just going to bring this, and no, I'm going to leave it like that. And what I'm going to do is put these sort of end to end. You'll see exactly how it comes together, hopefully, in a minute. So I have my stamped masks ready, and I just want to get a feel for how tall this is going to be. So when I stamp this, I know the base is here and the top is here. So when I'm doing my bit going across, what I'm going to do is just draw a little line, and I have my T-square here. Put these out of the way. So I've got that roughly in line, and this is going to be the top. So I want the piece that's coming across roughly in line with this. Okay, so you'll see why I've done that in a second, because then I can line the pieces going along here. I know, hopefully it's going to fit. So here we go. Let's get on and stop talking, Jenny. Okay, now I have no idea where the centre of this is, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to have this going off the end, like so. And I'm using that pencil line, which you may not see, as my line for getting it straight. So I hope that makes sense. And this is effectively like the back of the fence. Like so. And now I'm going to put in the slots going up. So what I've got is I pre-cut some pieces to cover up the bits going across. I think I've got 2 in here. So this is just a post-it note I've stuck it onto. If I can get it apart. Now you could just get away with 2 of these, and then, yeah, it was good fun, wasn't it, Christine, to see this come to fruition, especially as I've now worked out what I need to do. But that's the good fun of our Sunday afternoons, isn't it? Because you know, you will have a hand in how it finishes up. Let me just cut this one out so that I've got it cut all the way. And as I say, you could just use 2 and then keep moving them. The only problem is it's very easy to forget, and you end up stamping over without any masking happening. So that one, and then this one here, like so. Okay. Just thinking I can do the covering in. I was thinking I need to do the covering in, but I can do that, this bit here, after. Alright, so here we go, straight onto the paper, using the edge here as a marker. And I'm going to stamp this all the way up for my fence. Now I could put a break in it, but I just want the effect of somebody having a party. So absolutely, teamwork is good. So I'm not worrying that the bottoms aren't exactly lined up. You could stamp them and then cut the bottom off, but I'm quite happy to have a slightly, you know, undulating fence. There we go. Whew. There we go. Now before I remove these, I'm going to use that funky little wood marking to do the same thing. So I've got a little bit. So this isn't the quickest stamping, because I'm doing quite a bit of detail, but hopefully you'll like the finished effect. So this is really effective. This little squiggle of wood is so effective. I could turn it round so you've got it in different places, but I'm not too worried. So if you want to make a cup of tea, I'll be here for a little while. Oops. And poor Carol, if Carol's still watching us, she's still at work, bless her. Unless she's now on her way home. Okay, nearly there. So remember, this front piece has been masked off. I guess you could do it without this bit. You could just do it as is. Don't have to have it. Whew. Right, you watch me put my sticky fingers on it now. Here we go. So now when I peel this off, gently. Oh, Heather, it's just post-it note. Literally top of a post-it note. There we go. And now I can add that detail onto this piece. But the other thing I have is this little stamp here from Palette Thoughts, and it's a tiny little screw head. It's here. There's two and it's on one stamp. So I thought what would be fun would be to stamp the little screws going across. Now, I only want one of these screws, and one is straight and one is at an angle, and I was telling everybody on Saturday how that would really upset my dad, because he is an engineer, was an engineer, and when he would finish any project, all of the screws had to be facing exactly horizontal or vertical, whatever they chose. I probably need a bit more ink on here, but what I might do is use my pen if it's still to hand. No, can't just see it. Okay, I will use the ink pad, but just know that this will be a bit lighter than I want. So what I'm going to do is pop that oh, it's not very straight, is it? Never mind. It's just the effect I want for this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, it's a bit of a bodge DIY person who put this fence up. And I'm just being careful to use just that top part of the stamp. Like so. And then I'm going to fill in with that little bit of wood. Oh. Go. The problem is I'm looking at an angle, so I do apologise. It's not quite as straight as if I had it further down, but there we go. So what do you think of my ice cream lollipop fence? I think it's quite cute. I think you could get away without that and just stamp it just slats as is. So just to show you what happens if you forget to mask it. So I was having a practice earlier and I'd masked these two and I'd stamped all of these and I just carried on stamping, and then I realised of course that wasn't masked. I could have cut them out I suppose and put it on, and I was also practicing with the pizza to see whether to do the pizza in a line, which is how I'd seen it, but I prefer my little circular pizza. Okay, so with this I'm going to add our banners. So it's going to say happy birthday, and what I'm going to do is just add a bit of sky. So I'm just going to grab a blending brush here in my generic blue, and just going to use Seaside Spray. Oh, let me put this down so I'm not reaching in your way. So just going to bring this in. And one thing you can use this bit for is for clouds. So let me grab a scrap of paper. Of course there'll be everything else. Oh, that's a perfect scrap. So if I just cut this let's think about that then. Okay, I can do it like that. Now I would do it with thinner paper, not so thick, but this is perfect for getting edges of clouds. You can see that? Oh, you probably can't because of my light. Okay, just bring this in here. I don't know if you can see that detail on there, but you might just see it. Go. So just adding that little bit more detail, and it's left some nice white areas. Can make that go as dark as I want. I've just got Seaside Spray, which is quite a light colour. And I know that doesn't always get transferred on the video, but hopefully you can see that. Okay, so you could add more detail to that. Obviously you can add in a little bit of blends pen. So crumb cake, for example, to colour in the fence. So I've got light crumb cake. So you could literally just colour that in. I won't do the whole thing. I need a new crumb cake pen. But, and you could add a bit of depth as well if you want the wood to look stained. Just going to do that really quickly, and then I'm just going to add my banner with a happy birthday, and then mount this up. So some very different ideas, hopefully, with the ice cream set. Now, if you've got an existing fence stamp, then obviously that makes sense to use it. But if you haven't, then look at any other stamps shapes and see whether you could use those. This is literally running out as we speak, look. Okay, I will come back and finish that off. I don't want to keep you here forever while I'm just scribbling with a pen. So what I'm going to do, yes, Wallace and Gromit way, good plan. So what I'm going to do is add my banner. So I've cut these up out of our Brights papers, and what I did was I've stamped happy on it already. just to show that I can be organised sometimes. Happy. Happy. And then I've got birthday, like so. It's just got a mark on it already. How does that happen? Okay. So let me load this up. So I've got some Misty Moonlight card behind and Balmy Blue. So that's going to be my layer. And then I'm going to add my banner and birthday onto there. And obviously I'll go over the fence and finish it properly. So let's just put that together, and an hour later I will leave you in peace. Okay. So I am ordering this weekend. If anybody has anything they want to add to my order, you're most welcome. And if you are local, you don't have to pay any postage if you can collect from me. And if you're a bit further afield, unless anything you're ordering is really heavy, then I'm happy to do postage just at cost to you. There we go. Okay, so HA P Y. I did start off by doing birthday and then realised it wouldn't actually fit. So I've got birthday, and then I can pop something onto the fence. I just want to see if I can get that mark off there, and if not I'll restamp it. Let me just have a quick look. I'm not sure if it's ink or glue. Not glue, so it could be ink. I don't want to spoil it with a mark on my banner here, but if needs be I can put a little sequin or something on there to cover it up. This is a sand eraser, if you're wondering what I'm using. So it's a high quality eraser designed for removing ink. There we go, that's gone. So my happy is going to go up on dimensionals, and I just want something to go onto here, and a little bird would be cute. Oh, you can see the clouds, well done. I've sort of covered them over a little bit now. A little bird would be cute, or a butterfly. So let me pop these on first. So I did stamp these with our alphabet stamp from a stamp set called Make a Difference, and that's this one here. A really useful stamp set. It has uppercase, lowercase, and it also has double letters. Perfect for anybody living in Wales. We've got double F's, double E's, double B's, double L's. Quite handy. Double G as well. And then you've got an alphabet in capitals. And then you've got numbers and numbers in that script as well. And then we've got Made with Love, created by, handcrafted, make a card. This belongs to. We've got the Stamping Up logo, so lots of different things you could put on there, and flowers and things like that. So a recommended good staple to have. Make a Difference if you don't have it, or you can leave it as a white picket fence. Absolutely. Right, here we go. I'm just going to put one dimensional on each of these for now. So, and I'm going to put my P, the fifth character, right in the middle, like so. And this one at a little angle, and then that one hopefully will fit into the corner. Doesn't look very central, does it? Never mind. I can always slightly lift them. That's definitely not central, is it? There we go. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you could add some baker's twine either to go behind it or put it in each little corner to make it look like it's been hung up. And then I've got birthday here. So I'm going to pop the birthday on, and oops a daisy, I will find something for our fence. Happy birthday. And let me just see, I was thinking the Woodland Wonder little rabbit would fit on there, maybe. I've got the little butterflies. What do you think? If I was any good at drawing, I could do the other part of him. I could have him popping up over there. What do you think? Because I could mask that off and have him in there. Let's risk it. That's very brave, isn't it? Very brave. So put 1, 2, let's do a third one. And I'm going to stick him or her just there. There we go. There we are, bit of fun. So I've got a popping out little rabbit here, which I'll colour in a minute, and I'll also finish colouring in my fence with a little bit more of a deeper colour. So the little screw heads there, I've sort of lost, because it was only on a light bit of ink, they've lost their definition a little bit. Thank you, Tracy. So great for a little child's card. You could have other characters popping up over here, couldn't you? So what I will do is I'll try and lift these and move them so they're a little bit more central, and finish off colouring in, and that will be my finished card. Sorry, I keep forgetting you have to look at it look down on it, don't you? Sorry. So here's my 2 cards. I've got my sparkly pepperoni pizza here, and my little happy birthday fence. So both of these using this stamp set, sweet ice cream. Okay, using this one here. We use the punch of this, okay, to make the clouds. I know you can only just see them a little bit. And we use these elements for the pizza, and this element obviously for the fence. So there we go. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed them. Thanks for being patient. And I will be around over the weekend. So Saturday I have a private class for those who ordered the well suited mail set with me. That's on Saturday. And then on Sunday I have my open house, craft and chat, between 3 and 5 o'clock. So I hope some of you are able to join me for that. Thank you so much indeed. You have a nice weekend. I appreciate your company today. It is 6 o'clock and it's still light. How good is that? Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your company, as I said. Look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and I hope you can keep crafting. Don't forget, if there's anything you want to order, just give me a shout and I'll add it into my order over the weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.